Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I put together a list of 10 ways you look desperate to the narcissist. Okay, this is very important because a lot of people don't realize this. And they do these kind of things, and narcissists are going to perceive this as you being desperate. You think, you're dealing with the normal person that you're in a relationship with. That's the first mistake that people make. They think the narcissist is like everybody else, that they're getting into a healthy relationship. But you're not. You're getting involved with a narcissist. And when you do these 10 things, okay, it's going to be perceived by the narcissist that you are desperate. Now, why is this so bad? Because when you deal with a narcissist, if they feel that you're desperate, they feel that they have the power over you, okay? So when you're doing these 10 things, the narcissist is going to feel a sense of power and control, or they know that they can get power and control over you. And, if you're dealing with a normal person, there's no big deal in what you do here. But when you deal with a narcissist, it's going to scream desperation when you do these things, okay? So the first thing that you do that screams desperation in a narcissist's mind is that you answer the phone all the time, okay? When you answer the phone all the time, the narcissist is going to feel that, they've got you, all right? You're always there. You're always available. You must be desperate. See, that's being normal in a normal relationship, is to show respect to your partner and answer the phone and be there and not play games. But from a narcissist's point of view, or their sick thinking, they feel that if you're always available, you're always answering your phone, you must be desperate because you don't have anything else going on and you're always available for them. The other thing that makes you look desperate in a narcissist's eyes, now remember, this is not a normal person, this is a narcissist, The other thing that makes them think that you're desperate is when you stay on the phone with the narcissist for hours. Most people don't think anything of it. They feel like, well, I'm getting to know this person. This is great. We have a vibe going on. We have a connection going on. But in a narcissist's mind, when you stay on the phone with them for hours, and this happens all the time during the love bombing stage, they're going to have you on the phone night and day for hours, you guys, all right? And why do they do that? Because they're trying to build that phony connection. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to fool you and make you think that, we got a good connection here. They want you to drop your guard and think that they're a real one. That's the whole purpose of them keeping you on the phone for hours, right? So they're going to try to keep you on the phone for hours. And then once they've got you, or they've gotten the supply, all of a sudden it's going to taper off, and it's like they're barely ever going to want to get on the phone with you. Or they'll just send you an occasional text, and you're going to be feeling the withdrawal, like, what happened here? We used to be on the phone for hours. We used to be on the phone all night. And then all of a sudden they're giving you excuses like, listen, I can't talk right now. I'm busy at work. I'll talk to you later. And they don't call you. Instead, they just say, send you a text. Good night, beautiful. Good night, handsome. All right. So when you stay on the phone with that narcissist for hours, automatically it screams desperation to the narcissist. Then the narcissist knows, ha, 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 ha. If you're staying on the phone with me for hours, you must be desperate. And if you're desperate, that equals the fact that I can manipulate you, all right? So you staying on the phone for hours is letting that narcissist know, number one, that you really like them, okay? And you don't have anybody else that you're busy with. And this is going to give them confidence and power and think that you're desperate. See, narcissists want desperate, vulnerable people, okay? They don't want strong people that are going to fight them for that supply. They want people that they know they can get supply out of, all right? They don't want to waste their time. So if you're sitting there and you're always on the phone with them, or you're on the phone for hours, sends a signal to the narcissist that, you're desperate for them. Now, what's another thing that you do that is going to signal to that narcissist that you're desperate? You always ask them how they feel about you. Okay. Oh, wow. See, like I said, with a normal person, this is not a big deal. But to a narcissist, when you say something to them like, so what do you think about me? Do you love me? Do you care about me? What do you think about me? That shows insecurity. It's like you're begging the narcissist to tell you how much they care about you, how much they love you. Never do that, you guys, all right? You really shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have to beg anybody to tell you how they feel about you. If they're not telling you how they feel about you, then, they're pretty much not feeling nothing about you, all right? I hate to tell you, they're not feeling anything about you, because somebody who's really feeling for you is going to express that. You're going to know that. You're not going to feel that insecurity. You're going to know that this person really cares because they're going to show you, all right? But with a narcissist, they start to withdraw themselves. Like they start to turn a little cold on you. So when a narcissist turns a little cold on you, what a lot of people start to do is they start to ask the narcissist, how do you feel about me? Because you're starting to feel insecure. Or do you still care? Do you still care about the relationship? Right there, that screams insecurity, and that narcissist knows it. And once you start asking them how they feel about you, they'll gaslight you, of course, and they'll tell you, oh, don't you know I love you? Don't you know I love you unconditionally? Oh, I care about you. I just been busy with work. I just had a lot on my mind. I'm just going through something. This is all gaslighting by the narcissist. But you're sending that signal that you're feeling insecure. And when you send that signal that you're feeling insecure, automatically that gives the narcissist power over you, because now they know you care, okay? They know you care, and that screams desperation to the narcissist and, the fact that they've got you, and that gives the narcissist power. You don't ever want to do that, okay? If you're feeling like somebody's not giving you that love and affection, best thing to do is kind of distance yourself, all right? Next thing that you guys do that tells a narcissist you're desperate, or a narcissist views as desperate, you're always available to see them. The narcissist may make plans with you and you're always like, yeah, sure, okay, we could do this, we could do that. But meanwhile, the narcissist is always canceling on you left and right. And even when they cancel on you, you're okay with that. And you say, oh, that's all right. And then when they ask you to do something, for a follow-up, you're always willing and able to do it. Okay. Again, when you're always available to the narcissist, excuse me, that screams that they've got you and that, hook, line, and sinker. You're always available. You don't have anything else going on. And that screams desperation to the narcissist. And it's not that you're desperate. Don't misunderstand. It's not that you're desperate. You found the narcissist. You thought that they were your person. But the fact that you're doing all of these things with a narcissist is giving them power in knowing that they've got you, okay? So if you're always available to see them, they know that you really are sweating them. You're really thirsty for them. You really want them. And again, that gives the narcissist power to do what they want, all right? The next thing that you guys do that is going to scream desperation to a narcissist is that you tell them that you love them so much, all right? If you sit there and you keep telling the narcissist, I love you, I love you, I love you, that's going to make that narcissist feel like they're like God, all right? Whereas a normal person would appreciate that and value that. A narcissist will look at that as, oh, I got you. You're desperate. Look how much you're telling me you love me. Oh, you must be really desperate if you're telling me so much that you love me, all right? And that's another thing too. That's another reason why too, that narcissists will say to you something like, do you love me? Do you love me? They'll ask you that all the time. They want to be sure that they have you hook, line, and sinker. And a lot of times they do that right after they cheated on you. They'll cheat on you, they'll ghost you, cheat on you, and then 2 days later you'll get a text or call, and they'll either say, "Oh, I love you, baby," or they're going to ask you, "Do you still love me? Do you still love me?" That narcissist just cheated on you. And I spoke about this in my other reels, all right? This will probably get copied because people copy it. I know all this because I went through it, all right? I experienced this. These are my experiences that I went through, all right? Not everybody has gone through this. That's why I can speak on this, and people tell me, "Oh, you're spot on." Yeah, I'm going to be spot on because this is real life experience, I'm telling you, all right? Next, moving on, all right? Why a narcissist thinks you're desperate, all right? You never question them when they break your boundaries, all right? If you just let a narcissist do whatever you want, they're going to think you are desperate, all right? And I'll give you guys an example. If the narcissist stays out all night, and then you pick up the phone and they ghost you, right? And you pick up the phone the next day and you don't question them on that. You don't say, first of all, anybody who ghosts you all night, you shouldn't even be bothered with them, all right? They should be deleted and blocked. But if you don't say anything at all, all right, and you just start talking to the narcissist again, automatically you just put sucker across your forehead. Sucker. All right? Because now the narcissist knows that they could do whatever they want. And narcissists will test you. They'll test you by not calling you when they're supposed to call you. They'll test you by ghosting a little bit here or there. And the more that you don't say anything, the more that tells the narcissist that they could cheat on you. So when you never question them or, make them accountable why they break your boundaries, then the narcissist knows you're desperate, okay? And there was one other thing that I had to tell you with that. Oh, the other thing that I had to tell you with that is a lot of people will say something to the narcissist like, "Oh, if you ever stay out all night, don't ever call me again," and blah, 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 blah. But you guys, there's no consequences. You can't have boundaries without consequences. So in other words, if the narcissist is going to keep breaking your boundaries, if they're going to keep going out, staying out all night and not caring about you, not giving a shit about you, and you just are sitting there yelling and screaming like, "You better not do that again. I'm telling you, you better not stay out all night. You better pick up your phone when you go out," all right? Or something like that. And you don't do anything about it, like you don't walk away, then the narcissist doesn't care if you sit there and keep bitching about how they broke your boundaries. There's got to be consequences. There's always got to be consequences. They've got to fear that you're going to do something, all right? And the biggest thing that you could do really is to walk away and let them know that you respect yourself and you're not going to let somebody treat you like that, all right? But see, there's a lot of toxic relationships where people sit there, they yell, they scream, they yell, they scream, and they're still in the toxic relationship because they don't enforce their boundaries. And that's why nothing ever gets resolved. And the narcissist knows they can do whatever the hell they want to do, all right? Next way that you look desperate to the narcissist is you're always trying to resolve conflict when they give you the silent treatment. Oh my gosh, you guys, don't do it. Don't do it. I know it's so hard when somebody is giving you the silent treatment, especially when you live with them. That is like the most horrible thing, all right? It's like torture. It's like being tortured. It's emotional abuse. When you're living with somebody, they're giving you the silent treatment. But the worst thing, now hear me out, the worst thing you could do is to go up to them and say, "I want to talk to you. Let's work this out. I want to talk to you. Let's work this out." Right there, you're flying the flag. You give up. You can't handle their silent treatment. And automatically they say, they've got you. You're desperate. Now they're going to have you apologize for whatever you've done, whatever you haven't really done. But to the narcissist, you're always doing something wrong, right? So when you try to resolve conflict with a narcissist that's giving you the silent treatment, you automatically look desperate, you look weak, and the narcissist knows they've got you hook, line, and sinker. They know they've got you wrapped, all right? So that's another way that narcissists know that they have the control over you is when you give in to that silent treatment routine, all right? When they go silent, you have to learn to be able to live with the silence, enjoy the peace, continue to do what you have to do for your life, and not give in and break, okay? Or they're going to keep doing that. If you always go walking up to them and say, can we talk? Could we talk? They're going to keep doing that, all right? You've got to show them, hey, you want to go silent? You can go silent for the next 10 years. I'm going to still do what I have to do. You being silent is not going to have any effect on me, all right? You're trying to make me suffer? You're not going to make me suffer because I'm going to still live my life. That's what you got to show that narcissist, all right? Next way that narcissists think you're desperate is when you become vulnerable, all right? And you tell them your insecurities. Again, this is a big no-no with a narcissist. I know a lot of times you know, especially if you're an empathic person, you don't see anything wrong with it to be able to open up and talk. You know, that's a healthy person, by the way, is to be able to open up and talk. All these other ways are you know, toxic. These narcissists that hide this, don't say that, don't say this, don't tell you this, don't tell you that. That is all toxic, all right? But you not realizing that you're dealing with a toxic narcissist is going to sit there, think you could trust the narcissist because they were nice to you, all right? Just because somebody is nice does not mean that you can trust them. Period, dot, end of story. Let me say that again. Just because somebody is nice at times does not mean that you can trust that person, and especially if you're dealing with a narcissist, all right? So when you sit there, you become vulnerable. You tell them, you know, your insecurities. Maybe you're insecure about your weight. Maybe you're insecure about your family. Maybe you're insecure about how you look or what you did or your job or something like that. Or, you know, you're vulnerable. You tell them a story that, you know, is a private story. When you tell them all these kind of things, automatically when you open up and you become vulnerable to the narcissist, they look at you as weak and desperate because you're divulging your personal business to them. And that automatically labels stupid in the narcissist's mind, because a narcissist feels that when you open up to them like that, you're being stupid, all right? And you're being vulnerable. And that's something that they would never do. Never do. They will do fake vulnerability, give you that sob story, but that's all, you know, manipulation because they're trying to fool you. But in general, they don't open up about that. So when you become vulnerable and tell them your insecurities, they automatically think that you're desperate, stupid, and, you know, because now they got you, you're telling them something that they could use against you. Maybe you tell them a personal story. When you break up with that narcissist, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to go tell everybody and smear you with that story or that vulnerable thing that you went through, because they're wicked and they're evil and they want to hurt you, all right, after you break up, because that's causing a narcissistic injury and they want to hurt you for that. So they're going to bring up whatever vulnerability or whatever you're sensitive about. Maybe you're sensitive about your age. They're going to start smearing you with your age. Whatever you're sensitive about. Maybe you're sensitive, you know, that you're thin, or maybe you're sensitive about your hair, or whatever it is. They're going to bring it up. They're going to bring up your vulnerabilities to try to hurt you. All right. So, but when you tell them these vulnerabilities, they automatically think that you're weak, desperate for telling them this, and it gives them the upper hand to use it against you, all right? Now, last one, all right? Last one about how you look desperate to the narcissist. These are all things you should not do, all right? By the way, never ask a narcissist, how do I look? Okay? How do I look? Never ask the narcissist, how do you look? Because the narcissist most times is going to, especially if it's a covert narcissist, they're going to make some kind of backhanded compliment, or they're going to say, well, if you think you look good, then I'm happy with it. Or, you know, they're going to say something to you like, well, how do you feel you look? Or something like that. How do you think you look? And if you say, well, I think I look good, they'll say, well, if you think you look good, then I think you look good. Okay. That's a covert narcissist, man. That's exactly what a covert narcissist would do. I saw that on an episode of Housewives where she was at an event and she asked the guy that she was with, she goes, so what do you think? Well, how do you think I look? And he said, well, how do you think you look? And she goes, well, I think I look good. And he goes, well, if you think you look good, then you look good. That's them not the refusing to fucking give you a compliment. This is how low down and creepy they are. Or they'll just sit there and they'll smile and they'll say, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. But they're going to give you a feeling of you don't look good. Okay. And they do that deliberately, or they'll make a sarcastic remark. All right. Like they may say something like, oh yeah, no, you look good with that spot on the sleeve there. All right. Even though you don't have a spot on the sleeve, they'll say, oh, you look good. You look good even with that spot on the sleeve. They make up shit just to put that seed of doubt in your head that you don't look good. All right. That's an example of how they would do it. So don't ever ask a narcissist how you look good, because again, when you do that, it's screaming insecurity that you need them for your validation. You don't need them. You don't need anybody to validate you. You validate yourself. You go in there, you know you look good. And, whether you feel you look good or you don't look good, tough shit. That's who you are. And if they don't like it or anybody else doesn't like it, that's their problem, not yours. And that's how you know you have your power, because you're not concerned about what other people think about how you look. All right. That's your way of, never ever having to ask that narcissist how you look. All right. So these are all the ways that, narcissists will perceive you as desperate. Try not to do this because, the minute you're dealing with the narcissist, just delete and block, all right? That's just a given. So know those red flags. But when you do all these 10 things, you guys, this is going to scream desperation to the narcissist. And that automatically tells the narcissist that, they've got you, you care, you're vulnerable, and, they're going to feel they have the power over you. Now, I just need to put a little, disclaimer on that as well. If you do that with a normal person, there's nothing wrong with that, all right? There's nothing wrong with that. You're being a normal person, opening up, all right? And you shouldn't be shamed for any of that. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, they automatically look at that as desperate. I just had to clarify the difference between dealing with somebody normal and dealing with a narcissist, where it's always a competition. All right. So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. You guys, I don't want to always bring up about the copying, but I got copied again by narc abuse coach from India. I put it on my YouTube where I gave you guys proof about how this guy, all right, it's not, a woman. This guy is copying my reels about the one word to disarm a narcissist and how I spoke about it. The word honestly. I did this video 2 years ago, and he just came out with a video almost the same exact verbiage and obvious copying. I'm so fed up, so sick about it. And, I'm going to take it to the next level. But, I just want to make you guys aware of all this, okay? For the people that don't know, all right? All right, you guys. And if you're looking for one-on-one confidential phone coaching, check out the link in the bio. askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you're confused, check it out. I have limited space. I have a new Facebook, The Game Exposed, The Game EXP 777 rather. TikTok is The Game Exposed. YouTube is The Game Exposed Podcast. And Instagram is The Game EXP 123. Have a great day, you guys.